Introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Carl Exantis. I'm the father of Kathleen Exantis.
And I'm Patricia Exantis, Kathleen Exantis' mom.
Okay. When and where did you arrive in America?
I came in America in 1971,
Do you remember the exact date?
August 24th, 1971,
Where?
in New York City, Manhattan.
So you came off like JFK? You just took a
JFK.
plane?
Yes.
When did you come?
I came in America on July 2nd, 1981. I came uh, by airplane and JFK Airport, but I lived in Elizabeth,
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Who sent for you to come here?
My father sent for me from Haiti to come and live with him in New Jersey with my stepmom also.
My sister,
Oh, look at the camera.
my sister, my older sister, her name is Daniela.
Did you always know you were coming to America?
Oh, yes, because when I was living in Haiti, at that time, a lot of people were leaving. So it was a matter of time for me to come.
Well, for me, ever since I was a kid, my father have come to America since 1969. I was always told by my father's side that he's gonna send for me to come and live with him in America. So it. I always knew that it was gonna happen one day.
Were you nervous or excited?
Mostly nervous, not excited because I just knew that it was gonna happen. But I was mostly nervous because I didn't speak English and I was gonna come and live with my stepmother and my grandmother on my father's side always tell me that my stepmother is very strict. Uh, like she's not used to kids, so that it could be a difficult situation. But it wasn't that difficult.
Me, I was kind of excited to come because uh, my dad was very strict, and it was a way for me to get away from him, be free.
Have fun?
I love it when I came, and I had a lot of friends here that came before me, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it since I've been here.
So,
Yeah.
what were your expectations of coming to America?
Oh, I knew that I would be going to school, but unfortunately, when I first came, it wasn't easy for me to go to school, and it was a problem because I had to go to work, and I was quite young, and I had a hard time not going to school, not knowing when I would be going to school. Eventually, I ended up going to school, and
So, how old were you when you came here?
I was 19.
So, what age did you go to school?
Well, 21, 22, 22. I went back to school.
What did you bring home from Haiti to America?
But my culture, which is
I meant
and
items.
or items. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, I didn't bring anything. Just clothes.
Just clothes?
Yeah.
You didn't have anything from home that like a memento, pictures,
No,
No, I didn't
no.
bring anything with
just
me when
clothes?
I came. Just my clothes. That's it.
Did you wear stuff sent back from home to you later on?
No.
Okay. Did you bring money?
No, I didn't have any money
No,
to send.
I think I had $100.
Yeah, I didn't bring any money at all. Maybe a few Haitian currency, but nothing was
Did
worth.
you have like a visa? Is that what you need to come here?
Oh yes.
Like and a passport and that's it?
Oh yes.
Okay. Um, did you miss Haiti?
Very
Yes,
much so.
Was it like at first you really missed it, or is like gradually it's just something you think
I,
about sometimes?
when I first came, I
Because you said
knew
you're excited.
I was excited, but it was a different lifestyle. When I came to New York, it was mostly indoor life, while in
Hmm.
Haiti, you live outdoor. Haiti was no, no, it's the climate is constant. In New York, it's cold, winter time, you had snow, which we're not used to. And it was very, very different. And it gives you pause as far as back home is concerned.
So when you came in August, it wasn't hot like Haiti's hot.
And it wasn't hot like Haiti, but it was like almost like Haiti.
Was was it easy or hard for you to adjust to a new country and culture?
It was difficult because of the language and the new lifestyle, but not that difficult because I was living with my family.
Was there anything in particular that was difficult? Just the language?
The language and the lifestyle.
When I started high school, I was put in. When I went to school in September, they put me in 10th grade. It was kind of hard to like I understand stuff, but I couldn't answer. Sometimes it was very hard, and it takes me a long time to do my homework, especially if it was a class that requires a lot of reading. So it takes longer than it should have taken for me to master it. And you and it was a different lifestyle for me, and I was living with my stepmother, so it was sometimes kind of uncomfortable. Not that it was just a different setting, so I was kind of nervous about it.
What was your biggest challenge or triumph being an immigrant?
Not speaking the language for me.
Yeah, not speaking the language and not try to adapt to
To
a
the
new
new
country.
culture.
And the thing that the way that we were living in Haiti, it was much easier for us to make friends
Hmm.
and feel safe. And when I came here, it was immediately brought to my attention that this could be a dangerous place as far as know who your friends are, the activities that they're doing. So you have to be on your toes. But while I was living in Haiti, it was a carefree life because everybody knows each
Each
other.
other.
It's like a big village.
Hmm.
Here you bump into people, you don't know them. In Haiti, people say good morning to you. Here, nobody said that in New York especially. So it was a little bit hard to adjust.
Any triumphs?
Triumph is we went to school, graduated, get a job, work, buy houses, raise the kids. I believe these are triumphs.
Since there was a large population of immigrants in your communities, did it make it easier to assimilate?
Yes, for me, I would say, because I found a few friends that were Haitian in the school, and they were very willing to help if I needed somebody to translate or to say something for me that I couldn't explain. They were willing to go with me to explain it. So for me, it was I, in Elizabeth, I was able to meet a lot of Haitians, so it wasn't that hard.
But for me, is when I first started here, I wasn't going to school. I was mostly go to work, came back home. But as soon as I started going to school and read the New York Times, understand the political culture, go to watch movies, and I learned a lot. And the assimilation wasn't that hard. But still, we had a large growing Asian community. So our ambience, as far as we were mostly concentrated within the Asian, as far as amusement and things like that.
How was it adjusting to a new culture, specifically the new climate, language, or schools, like way of learning?
It hard because we came from a country where we have a Creole and French.
French.
And French is a woman's language, which mostly lean toward Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese, while we have to learn the Germanic language, which is English. It was hard because for us, it would not be only the vocabulary, the words, but the sounds the sounds
Really
were
hard
very
to
hard to grasp,
grasp.
and it takes a while, and you can't shy
To say
to
something, because
pronounce. The
sometimes
pronunciation is terrible. You don't feel like you're very shy and timid about it. So it wasn't easy. I believe, like all immigrants, eh, we have a share of problem, and we adjust.
So, what was the biggest difference, like learning in Haiti than here? Like
Or
reading?
in Haiti, schools are mostly based on the French system,
Hmm.
where you go to school, you sit in a classroom, you don't have to move to other class. You
to other
sit in a
classes, you sit
classroom, the
in one
teachers
class,
come
the
to you.
teachers changes.
The teachers come to you. Here, you have to go to one class
Hmm.
and
And
then go to
then
another one, go to another
after
one, and
each
then we don't have
school,
the credit system you have here in Haiti. We don't have that. We take one class for
the whole
the
year,
whole year, and you pass.
and you
You,
move to the
you move to
next
the next one.
level.
So here, when we come here, we have to take and the credit system, the way the school is structured was different than in
Different
Haiti.
than
How do you
here.
adjust to the cold climate?
The cold
It
climate,
wasn't easy for
it was.
me at the beginning, because as when I was young in Haiti, I didn't used to wear pants, so it was very cold for me. So, and it's after a few years after like the bitter cold, and then I said that I have to start wearing pants. So,
And you didn't come with winter clothes?
no, I didn't.
There's no
You
such
can
thing.
survive with winter clothes in Haiti, so I didn't know anything about winter clothes, summer clothes, and things like that. It was a learning process for me.
But for me, it wasn't a problem because I was so young, and yeah, usually when I met my friend, we would be staying outdoor, even if it's cold, talking, and cold weather didn't bother me at all.
What was it like seeing snow for the first time?
It was a nice thing to see.
It's
It
one,
was like a wonder for me. I've heard of snow, but it's not something like. I used to imagine, but seeing it for the first time, that was like a very nice and interesting thing to see.
What were your experiences as a black immigrant and post civil rights in urban America?
huh, this is because in Haiti, when we grew up, we don't have this. We we know we are blacks in Haiti,
Hmm.
but it wasn't a problem because everybody is
Everybody's black.
black.
Yeah,
So for us, that we never had that, we
that
never carry this thing, ethnic thing. We see people as people.
Hmm.
We never we came to this thing. It was
Shock.
very very hard
something new for us.
because we could never believe people would judge us just because we are
The color of your skin.
saying it was very very hard.
Was that a quick thing to learn, or
No,
like
you
You
learn
learn it very
you learn it very
quickly.
quickly because the way people look at you when you go to a store, because the worst thing for Asian, take something that don't belong to you is the last thing because it's like you destroy your family's name.
Hmm.
So we never had this problem to go and but when we
Still
came
stuff.
here, we would be in a store, they're
Following you.
following you. It's kind of shock because you feel respected back home. Nobody will even insinuate that you would be
Stealing
stealing,
stuff.
and then suddenly you find yourself people looking at you like you're walking behind somebody, behind some old lady. She would look at you and adjust her purse. It was really shocking, humiliating until today.
Do you feel like you only related to immigrants or other African? Were you able to be similar to other African Americans, like be friendly?
We
Or...
we we
In
we had a
school,
hard time understanding the struggle. We, as any immigrant, we misjudged them at the beginning because we were so ignorant. We always believed that America, in America, you could do a lot. Why people feel that they, but as we live here, we
you understand
understand
the culture. You
understand the problem, and
you
because
read about what happened in
because
the history of America and about civil rights, so you understand them better.
and we always believe we have an option. We could always go back home.
That's true.
That's why we are trying to understand that they don't have that option. And it's difficult if you've been treated like us at home. We were treated like a decent human being, but here you could see some people,
Just because you black,
because of the color of your skin, you're being treated differently.
he
It
already
was a shock for us.
What was it like living in New York City or Elizabeth, New Jersey?
Living in New York City was fun because I was living in Manhattan. Everything is near you, and your transportation is so easy. And unlike the stereotype, where it was very safe at that time, very very safe. You could be out any time of the night.
It was safe in the 70s and 80s?
It was safe for me,
for me it was too, because
so it was really really a good time, fun time at that time to be living in Manhattan. Life wasn't that expensive.
Oh,
We were living in a two-bedroom apartment on the west side for $134. Two
that's
bedroom.
cheap.
That was really wonderful.
So, do you miss living in the city or do you like being in the suburbs?
Now I'm old. The city life would not be for me, but I always like the city life because of easy, the easy aspect of it. But now, the time that I came is totally different. To live in the city now is going to be very, very costly. So I cannot say that I miss it just for that.
for me I always like the suburb better because it's quieter and it's now in Georgia it's a much slower pace, so I like it better than living in Elizabeth. Even though Elizabeth is not like living in New York City, but it was a big city too.
And when we get married, we have kids. We know this is the right thing to do to raise our kids in a safer and peaceful area. To
Oh, you can finish.
it was much for us. It is much
Much
easier, much
much
safer
safer
to raise a family.
in the suburb area.
Do you feel like because you're ignorant, immigrant, you were ignorant to what was really going on in the cities at the time, like the war on drugs, or like hip hop,
I'll say
or
that for
gang
myself.
culture?
Yes.
For me, no, I was aware of it. That's why I had to carefully choose my friend. Chose my friend. I had to carefully. There are certain areas that I avoid because I didn't want to get caught up in anything, but I was aware of it.
Well, people would say the neighborhoods you lived in were unsafe, but did you feel unsafe?
No,
No,
my
I didn't
neighborhood
feel
never
unsafe.
went safe.
Where were you living in Brooklyn?
I was living in Brooklyn. Uh, at the end, where I was when I was about to leave the neighborhood, it became less safe, but not that terrible.
So would you say it was just like working class,
Working class,
Yes,
yes.
not
working
like
class.
impoverished?
No, not
No.
impoverished. Working class, mostly immigrants.
Okay. Do you feel like you have retained the culture and traditions of your native homeland, or you fully assimilated into American culture?
It's
I
an
still
hybrid.
have, yeah,
It's an hybrid. I could easily switch and live in the two culture with
no problem.
no problem.
So, what do you like about American culture? What have you adopted?
I like the I like the freedom that you have here. I like the opportunities that just being in America that could you could be afforded. So I have no regret whatsoever, and I like being here.
Do you have like customs you adopted, like holidays? Are they different? Music,
Yes,
sports,
Oh
politics?
yes,
like in Haiti, we don't have Thanksgiving, but we enjoy having Thanksgiving dinner, and in Haiti, we celebrate Christmas totally different than here. Here, you have to buy a lot of gifts, you have to exchange gifts, but in Haiti, you just it's the day that if you're a kid, like you're allowed to stay late with your friends past midnight walking around, but it was never about gifts sharing or anything like fancy. But we didn't feel that, we didn't even know that they celebrate with such an extent, but we always enjoy it. But now that I have kids and I live in America, I adopt to the one that the way they celebrate in America. That's what I do with my kids and my family.
but here in America, the major difference. I remember when I was growing up, my father and my mother there. My father always have time after work, come and sit together and have dinner. And so here is different. Sometimes during weekends, if my wife is off, we would be sitting together and have dinner. That's that's one thing that we miss a lot as a family, to have our kids with us and sit down on the table and eat together. So in Haiti, we do that every day. Here we do it once in a while,
Whenever
and
it's convenient.
so I feel like we're not giving our kids the value that we cherish so much. That's the only thing that we find really missing in our life.
How different would your life be if you remained in Haiti?
I think it would be different because I would be living there. However, I do think that my father, before I came to America, my father really emphasized education and work ethic. So if I were in Haiti, I would be doing my best to be successful. So hopefully that would have been true. So
Same thing for me. I probably will go and make like learn something, have a profession. Most likely it will be like something that's like with secretary work, things of that nature. And uh, I think I will still, it wouldn't be the same exactly as here, but I will still go and make a career, something for me to.
Would you want
live
to
with
raise a
them.
family in Haiti, even knowing what the political instability going on right now?
Not right now. I wouldn't. I I like the fact that I'm here in America raising my kids. That because the situation in Haiti is not that stable, so I think it's safer to have you kids. My kids have more opportunity. The fact that they are in America.
But as far as I'm concerned, when I go visit Haiti, I have seen friends of mine who have their kids in Haiti, and they
They're doing
graduated,
very well.
and they went to college, they graduated, and they're doing working. It's kind of difficult, but they overcome it and they're living their life. They're doing as much as possible. So I believe if I were there, I would be living the same way.
So, after living in this country for decades, do you consider it home, or will Haiti always be home?
I believe America is
Is
home.
home because I
Because,
spend most of my life in America than in Haiti. But Haiti is my native country. I'll never forget it either.
I believe America is home for the simple reason we are involved in the political situation. We vote. We
We have
care about what's
rights.
going on about the country. We do our best to make it better. We care about it, and we have our kids. They're not going back to. They're not going to Haiti. They haven't visit. They haven't even visited Haiti yet.
I don't
So
know.
this is home.
Mm,
This is home.
mm.
Do you feel like you have lived the American dream?
Mm,
I'll say yes.
what we want is to have a stable life, which we accomplish. Is to be able to educate our kids. So far,
Well, we're on
we're in the
the right
process,
track.
and we're not a family who cares about big material things. We want a very simple life,
A decent life
decent life, and take care of ourselves and our kids, and
and have a place to
a
live
place to live, and hopefully
until there's it.
our kids will be successful. That's all we want.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah.